banting about a lot of things: research, career, um, neglected tropical disease, non-communicable disease, as much as we can do that. And this is Mufasi Park in Lagos State, Nigeria. So today here with me is my Ebu. Don't worry, I will not talk too much. But she's a friend. She's a mentee. She's my she's everything for me, and a very very good team player. And here with me is Haleemah, Oyindamola, Olanase.
Hey, fine. Somebody, not a Yoruba person can even say my son name. For every Yoruba that can say my son name perfectly, now I have to start finding out of them. As in the way some people will pronounce my son name like this, at times I just feel like, it seems
something is going on.
Something is going on that I'm not understanding.
I think it's very common, especially us that are in the west and southern part. People find it difficult to pronounce our names.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
Those names, you just say Olanase, Olanase, God. Just like, okay, Olanase, well, stretch leg. Put it.
Oh, that's the meaning.
That's the literal meaning.
Yeah,
like the wealth, Ola means wealth.
Yeah.
Not say like you're stretching your leg. So, where that stretch leg?
That's
nice. So I just use it to like tell even the Yorubas like, okay,
just use that.
So just pronounce it like that and just make it simple. But some people still come around and like, come here, Haleemah, come here, Oyindamola. We are good.
We are good. Yeah. So welcome to the show. It's always a pleasure talking to you. It's always a pleasure being as usual. You know us anyway. Yeah. So, but today we want to talk about. First of all, we want to start with the research that both of us have been working on and neglected tropical disease. You know, we didn't really start with that. We started with nutrition, physical activity, and we are seeing progress. Yes, little by little, Lagos State is now trying to bring up things about physical activity, and we feel like more. You have learned about those.
When I saw that tweet that from Suburb Andrew, I was just like, okay, we did this project 2019, and I think, was it this year? Yeah, that was when I saw it. So now maybe the reports we actually wrote.
Yes.
So one way or the other, it actually made me feel like possibly if we keep sending these messages across, maybe one day somebody will open the file and walk around.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't happen that way, I don't think we will see the change with it. It's okay, fine. They've said it. We don't know if they're going to work on it. But the fact that they said it, it means the message has been passed across.
Yes, true.
And information has been passed across. So it's now we are now awaiting that. Okay, now action is what it's needed. We hope when many more people come out and do things like that and they follow the proper channel respect. It's not actually easy because I know what we went through before getting the super approval and everything, but it's actually worth it when I saw that tweet.
Yeah, because it feels like, okay, there's progress, that your research can actually bring about something, and in the states that you're actually doing the research, it may look like when you're doing research, especially like a place like Nigeria, it feels like it's like a needle in one haystack that you're looking for, because the protocol, the work that you would have to go and look for one file or go and submit one document. So
sometimes they come, and when I hear people say, they want to do digital this, they want to do digital that, if I can't send a mail to Ministry of Education, come on, I have to still take my letter and they have to tell me copy this, photocopy. You have to let me send a mail, put these people in copy, but you still tell me to bring.
You will now do all the copy. Even when you send the email, you still have to go through that process. So there's no point again.
And the painful part is, I will even take the letter. There was one letter I submitted October, and I went back maybe November or December. And I went October again. They told me I should come back, so I gave them like space of 2 weeks, and it fell into November. So I found out that I was almost
why do we have to go through?
It's just one of those things. But if we can actually look at the bigger picture of everything, I think eventually the thing is worth it. Because I remember the student one. Those are our NCD and sports. It was actually for Ibeju Lake.
Yes.
I think the NCDs is what we're doing on the mainland now. I remember going to Ibeju. That's itself to actually meet them. And they had to send me back to, you have to go back to Maryland. Maryland now said to
you have to come back to this place again. Yeah.
Talk to their chairman, and that's cycle. But if we can actually focus on the bigger picture, I believe we can still, it's all there is always a shortcoming in everything. You can't tell me because you want to cook soup now and you can't find, so you find a way to make the soup.
True. So and I think that brings us back to, so how do you find research, being that you had the opportunity to get involved in someone's research, like Dr. Weyoms brought her research to you and like, oh yeah, take research and let us do research. No, it's not like research that all of us know that we do in Nigeria, normal undergrad. So how does it feel like that? Okay, we're doing research.
I think research, for me, the dream of being a researcher started 2014-15. But the research I was really exposed to then was in the lab, just to access. So by now I always want to know, okay, why is this happening to people? How can we do it better? So I really don't know how to do it, but I knew somewhere deep down me, this is what I would have loved to explore. This is a field I would like to do. I didn't even know it's like something that it could be termed as research too. So 2019, when we were chatting, and he told me, oh, I would like us to do that. I think it's very good. And this is quite different from the normal research that I'm quite aware about, that we go to the lab or anything. This is interacting with people, which is what I love doing. So it's more like, oh, they are bringing my food. Yoruba will say, "One going to my budget." So that was it's being something that I really wanted to be part of. Gave me that energy. This is it. And what actually made it more interesting was, I like when people want to give other people work. You give them free hand. Some people will tell you, I want you to do this thing for me, and the next thing, start giving you a kind of close marking. It's not that it's a bad thing. We all have a different method of how we work with people and how we want people to work with us. But for someone like me, I like this free door thing, an open door kind of work. Like, oh, this is what you want to do. Oh, Haleemah, handle this. Trust me with you. If I'm sure I'm not capable, I'm not the blind type or the dumb-headed, I'll still want to push unnecessarily. No, I'll always come back to you. So I think one thing that actually made working with you, your research so far since 2019, more interesting is the fact that I can just call the shot. Like, this is what I want to do, madam. And you too, that is what I tell people. Well, I won't say my own relationship with you. We started on a note of mentor-mentee, but at a point we don't even know who is mentoring, who is mentoring each other.
Because it's a two-way thing.
It's a two-way thing. We just Haleemah, I don't know, how do you want us to do that? Okay, fine. This is what I think. Please handle it. So there's a level of trust. I think that is what actually made everything easy. There is this level of trust that even when we've not even met each other, there was this trust that Haleemah, please handle it.
You can do it.
So, and you're always like, you can do it. If you not do it, you don't know what else to do. So the ability to put the shot, like, okay, this person gave me a free hand. This is something I love doing, and just love doing it wasn't enough. I got someone that actually gave me a free hand, and the fact that we have our values when it comes to work ethics is kind of similar. So there is this alignment that actually enabled, like, okay, fine, this will make it interesting. And so far so good. We come with different background. You're from Rory, I'm from Yoruba. We were able to come together, like, okay, fine. So it's made it much more interesting to work. Like, yes, this is it. And we started giving meaning to things, even along the line. Some work, the way we plan something eventually changed. But the fact that things are in alignment right from one set, it made it more easier. Like, so just keep moving. So far, it's made the research work. It's tasking, but still made it fun. Because when you know this person I'm working with, she trusts me, she believes in me, she's always there. I don't have any reason to be scared, even if I know I'm going to fail. I shall know that we'll fail and we'll fail over.
So I'm open to failure, because people feel like, okay, maybe you're doing a PhD or you're doing a master's and they give you research work, because masters have at the end of your dissertation, so you feel like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm going to fail. So you know that anxiety that I'm a failure already gets in, so people get to struggle. But research is a learning ground. You don't have it all. So you fail and you fail with pride, and you are like, okay, I'm failing, but I'm learning in the process. So
I'm failing forward.
Yes, I'm failing forward. I'm going forward and all that. Okay, so now let us come to one part of our research that we've done, neglected tropical disease. And it's my chance that, okay, fine, working and seeing how things are going from nutrition, the essence of malnutrition. Malnutrition is not just about underweight children, stunted children. It still has obesity about it. But here in Nigeria, we always focus on that malnutrition, underweight part. and then we've come again and saw that malnutrition still comes to this neglected tropical disease. What do you feel when you first said that, okay, we're going to do things in neglected tropical disease? How did that bang in your head? Like,
neglected tropical disease.
yeah.
I think the common neglected disease, one that I knew when you told me we got that we're going to work on neglected tropical disease, I went to Google and I, okay, what's this thing? So when I saw elephantiasis, I was like, wow, this is something I really want to know about, because one of my own key work is I like disseminating work, the science, the medical terms. I like it's being broken into simpler terms for the local communities. And I remember when we were growing, one of my mother's friends, she has this swollen feet. So everybody was like, oh, hotel Oyindamola. She actually stepped on the charm.
Yeah.
So that's it. But then I was in primary 5. I remember they mentioned elephantiasis and said swollen legs. So that's it stick in my. So then I'm like, oh, they just said this woman walk. She has elephantiasis. But I could not say anything, because in the community, like when those around you, all their mindset and belief is it's a spiritual attack. And as a young child, you have little say. So it's always like, oh, I like today. So when I just saw that opportunity, I said, okay, this is a way for me to explore that what is actually happening.
Yes.
Because I know there are some couple of illness that people actually mistake for spiritual problems.
Yes, of course.
It's just like these guys are like village people. You see village people, they have mental it, they cannot escape. So when I got that information, it was actually an elephantiasis that actually clicked, like, yes, finally I'm going to get an opportunity to talk about this.
Yes.
And break it down in the simplest way I can for my people. Just like we did with diabetes and hypertension, because I remember when we were talking about diabetes and hypertension, when I was talking to them, asking about the way they sleep, the way they eat and the likes. So some of them are like, we're nonchalant. But when we start picking it from like, so it's made me more easy. So I was like, okay, fine, maybe finally I'll get a chance to talk about this. And it actually worked.
Yes, because one of the outreaches when we talked about it was like, okay, somebody has shined a light. It's not among village people. It did not now match poison.
Even when I did, there was this survey I did then in the community we were working at Makoko. So when I was saying it, somebody, there were like 3 there, and the man there was a bit reluctant about it, like, I like what we did. So somebody man said, I've been to Shibaba.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, kilo shimo. You know, the way we a bit backward, not wanting to, like, and I asked about this person. I said, where is this person staying? They told me the person was actually staying in one of those places that they are more prone to something like this.
Yes.
This person takes alcohol. The lifestyle of this person, the way they showed me where the man actually lived before he died, because the person is like, I didn't get the opportunity. So I just connected the dots. Possible. Maybe it's not that the person was fighting over land.
Like, maybe it's just a coincidence that most of the time when these diseases actually manifest in full-blown cases, that is when maybe there's a problem. They started fighting. So they will not say, I want to village people a bill.
It's just like it's a mental health thing.
Yes.
When they say any pokunso, that you commit suicide in Yoruba land, so they tell you Efun Abedi. Like Efun AD is more like the how would I put it? It's been hypnotized.
Yes.
So like you don't know what you're doing again. So they don't realize that when you're under this mental health stress, everything gets clouded.
Yes.
I just was like,
I'm tired. Let me just go.
Let us go finish everything once and for all. So it takes a huge lot of emotional intelligence, and you have to really understand from both angles, both the medical, the community health,
and also
the human interaction in that angle,
and
how to effectively communicate it before you can actually break it down to this. Because
and then you are now looking forward to the change that you're talking about, sustainable behavioral change, and it's not the one-off thing; it's something that you have to do.
We even despite the one we did at Equity, whenever I still say some of them, I still so it's a behavioral health thing, and that is why it's not something you just go to a community today and tell them. So we spoke to them about this. And
don't throw shade. So there's something you mentioned about the Babalagwaja when we're talking elephantiasis, supposedly. Then you're not talking about alcohol usage and things like maybe family issues. It's quite interesting because they are still trying to link up NTDs and NCDs. And like, is there a link? One of the ways they think it is, for instance, now like schistosomatitis, which is that one that affects the bladder. At the end of it, it turns into cancer. Yeah. And our people, they don't think of cancer or anything. So, and any little thing that we have, most of our herbs, they may boil down to roots, which they put alcohol. So do you think that somebody who may have NTDs, like neglected tropics, for example, elephantiasis, may now say, let me use herb because he thinks it's poison, so you may want to use some few things to manipulate or find its way. Just let me heal. There's also using alcohol, business, or that lifestyle. Do you think there may actually be a link if we look through very well?
Sure, there is. I think the thing about all this thing is when they say let's start from wash.
Yes. Water sanitation and hygiene. Yes, that's it. Wash. Yes.
Wash is not just about water. It's not just about sanitation. So that sanitation they are talking about there, it still boils down to what you eat.
Yes.
It still boils down to your environment.
Yeah.
It still boils down to every part of your body.
Yes.
So now I assume, just like you said, they use alcohol distillation. Even in the lab, sometimes when you want to extract some active compound, you have to use ethanol.
Yes.
So I think it is that knowledge. I don't know who stole the knowledge. Maybe that's the
we just stole each
other's knowledge. Okay, fine. There is this. So, just like the way you've explained it.
Yes.
That is just the way it's going to come into play.
Okay.
And now another thing is, when we look at most food that is being consumed in Nigeria, we realize that our balance is we don't balance it.
No. We don't do balance diet.
No balance. It's just like the way we say no balance.
Yes.
Our diet
no balance.
It's not balance. So our diet is not balance. And we don't have a good wash practice.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Are you saying that?
Yes. We're actually killing ourselves.
Because now I'm not eating good food. Where I'm making, and one of the things about NTDs is they're more pronounced in unclean environment,
yes.
where there are deaths, where open defecation takes place. So now, I know in the morning we take rice, in the afternoon we take gari and maybe eba, and in the night we take eba and stew with okay, sometimes we can put okra.
So we're helping ourselves to kill ourselves.
So no, my food, I've already given you my routine and my timetable. So after my food I finish, you see, I just came back from market. I already bought that food.
Yes.
There is warm, everything is there. I also thought I didn't know because that water, if I don't manage it, there's no water in the environment. I don't have access to clean water.
Yes, so yes, you will.
So I would want to manage the water and use everything small. This is my debt, not far from where I'm kitchen.
Yes.
My child went out. I don't know where my child is coming from.
Yeah, true.
I don't know how far the hunter has gone. I could do food. I don't know, maybe the child has defecated and didn't clean very well.
We are now.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And if I'm so by the mother care and I'm meeting with the child.
So we are now transmitting fecal oral according to English. We are now doing transmission. Everybody's passing on the worms, everybody's passing on the germs.
Remember that food no balance.
Yes, that food no balance. So everything combined together.
Why won't they do that? Is that C and C they have communicated and joined?
Yeah, really, and that's a very good explanation. And it's good that we are breaking it down in the community, because sometimes people think it's government that will come and tell us everything, but it's supposed to be us community bringing it. So that's where researchers and NGOs and other agencies who are doing community work have to talk about these things and then see how we can. So that's really nice, and I really love how you have linked everything.
I'm a linker.
So, how would say what's been the most challenging part of doing research in Nigeria? Like, let me put it, research assistant. What's just one challenge you would say?
Value alignment.
I know where you are going to. We will not talk about that in this video.
No. We will talk. See, I know you are the one that said I should come and talk. So let's talk. See, the thing is,
Haleemah wants to throw shade.
and let's throw the subtle shades. It's not God said we should be truthful.
Value alignment.
But no, see, the truth is, and that is what is affecting the society. I tell people, when all of us are not looking at the same thing, we're not looking at things the same way. We keep looking at, fine, we can't see things the same way. That is one important thing. There's always going to be this different ideas, but I think the most important thing is, what are we going to achieve at the end of the day? Can we have a common goal?
Value alignment.
Value alignment. If we don't have that common goal, if I know, okay, fine.
Is it for the gram?
Is it for the gram?
Or is it for real? For solution?
And I'm not even for the gram. Let the gram stay with the gram. The government wants to solve, maybe they want to solve open defecation. You know they want to solve open defecation. That open defecation, the government is the highest in the state. They are the highest. The lowest are people in the community. If they can't see what the government is seeing,
that's it. Nothing can't be aligned.
So if we have many organizations that say, okay, fine, we want to solve NTDs, how can we all come together to solve it together? We have to align.
We have to really align.
Everybody has a role to play.
And I think the agencies have, because they see what the government may be seeing, and they know that, okay, these people are here, and we understand how these people are working in, supposedly. So for you as an organization, you need to understand where the people are and what they are seeing, and what you think the government is, and be the middle kind of person, so that when you can be the one who's telling government, this is your policy may not work. You people may say, this is what government expects of you, but this is how we can all meet at a common place. So again, value alignment.
That one is one key thing. If those are, and that is why, because I realize we work with a couple of organizations, and one of the things that actually costs us now is that I should not throw shit.
Value alignment.
Value do not align. My value was like this.
Your value is like this.
Let's say my value is like this. Their value is like this.
I think many. I think it's still we maybe for our own setting, we have a kind of white savior mentality. So I will call it African savior mentality. So we're trying to
we are trying to help them.
Yes, but we are not trying to work with them to see
we
how.
Just feel like I think everything is
based on assumption.
On assumption, exactly. We work based on assumption. Like, okay, fine. Okay, Haleemah said she's hungry. Irrespective of what she's craving for, let me give her rice. She'll be fine. But actually, I want to take Gary.
But maybe not rice. That's actually not. Or I'm not really hungry. Hungry is not really. Hungry is like the surface.
What is happening? It's not as if I can't strive to get the food, but I have some other things that is actually leading to hunger.
So social health, social determinants. We are not really
we are not looking at the key determinants.
So when someone says I'm hungry, let's give rice.
It's just like, let's say, this child is out of school. Why is this child out of school? I don't have to take the child back to school, but I have to make the parent and the child see the reason why this child needs to be in school. Because it is in their head. And while I'm working with the parent and the children, why is it that this parent and this child don't want to be in school? What are the factors hindering them? Is it financial? At the end of the day, you might find out that it's not even about money. It's about It's about their opinion. It's just like those that says the rich men that will tell you, I can't sponsor my female child. We still have them in this generation.
Of course.
So if you now see somebody that said, I'm not going to sponsor my female child, like, I'll put the child in school for you. You've not solved the problem.
True.
Because the child will keep going to that school, but they will keep humiliating the child. Which might in turn affect the child. And if the child is not being careful, the child will drop out. You didn't solve the problem.
So that's again.
Fine, in some cases, they might be able to actually, the parents might later embrace. It's just like when people talk. I think that story is very common with theater arts practitioners. I am sorry to say you my father did not support me, but when they saw my poster, they started coming back. In some cases,
so I get what you're saying. So again, we have to do social health determinants because of our kind of work. And there's one word that keeps fine: ownership. If the people are not owned, they don't own the stuff.
Look at the way we handled the sweeping. They came out with their broom and they were happy.
So community ownership, so which is really, really brilliant. And so that we don't keep talking and we'll still come again on another time, have such conversations. I shall pay. Well, so this is Haleemah, and if you want to know more about Haleemah, you can follow her online. Don't worry, she speaks better than you. She speaks better than you. Don't worry, I'll be tagging her to all the things. But if you are looking for things about adolescents, environmental health, community engagement, resource mobilization. Haleemah is a go-to. And this is just a tip of the iceberg. Just okay. It's not free. Let's not pay. Yeah. Haleemah is being paid. Don't worry. Don't mind all those things that we're talking. Well, thank you again. Welcome to the show. Welcome and thank you for joining us. See you next time. Bye. Haleemah, you won't kill me.
Hey, you're not that finished. Yo.